Hello, it's Star Khechara here, the Facelift Food Coach, and I just wanted to quickly talk about an issue that sort of came up recently on my Facebook wall. I'd been interviewed by BBC Radio Devon about my business, the Facelift Food Coach, about what my dietary philosophy was, and someone commented on my on the link to that interview that they thought my diet was extreme and that they ate what they described as a well-balanced diet. So I wanted to cover this idea of a well-balanced diet because it got me thinking about this idea of a well-balanced diet and what people actually think one is, because I hear all sorts of things being described as a well-balanced diet. Beans on toast, for example, is one that often people will say, oh, it's a balanced meal. Balance of processed and tin. So I wanted to kind of clear this issue up. Now, the well-balanced diet concept kind of sprung from the idea of the 4 food groups, or the food pyramid, whatever your particular government uses. And I just need to say that this idea of food groups is really a complete myth, and it's often put together by food industry, not by nutritional scientists, and certainly not by those who study optimal health for people. The food groups, for those of you that understand them, is you're basically supposed to eat from the 4 food groups every day, which is dairy, meat, grain, and then the kind of fruit and veg section. And then there's a tiny allowance, I think, for sort of high fatty treats and things, which are allowed in moderation, whatever that is. Now, you can eat Mackie D's every day and still be following your 4 food groups. Most of my clients that come to me are following the 4 food groups, and yet they're very ill. They're not healthy. When I run their diets through a nutritional analysis, they show up very short on so many of the minerals and vitamins. The diet's often very high in fat, too low in decent carbohydrates. They have no energy. They have all sorts of illnesses that relate to nutritional deficiencies. And yet they are eating what society would call a well-balanced diet. But we have to remember that modern society is ill. You know, we are dying in vast numbers of heart disease, dietary-related cancers, stroke, diabetes, Crohn's disease, you know, all these things that affect the digestion as well. I think something like antacids are the #1 over-the-counter pharmaceutical remedy. You know, that just goes to show what we're doing to our innards. So the real concept of a well-balanced diet, as a nutritionist, I would say, was meeting your nutritional needs. And those needs are for your macronutrients, which are your proteins, fats and carbohydrates, and your micronutrients, which are your minerals and vitamins, plus all the little cofactors that science hasn't really discovered yet or considered not necessary. That is really a well-balanced diet, and most of the clients that I see, well, no, all of the clients I see are not eating what their body needs in terms of nutrients. Your body doesn't recognize food groups. It doesn't go, oh, we've got some grain, and now here's some vegetable, and now here's some, oh, the dairy group's in, great. You know, it doesn't recognize that. Your body sees nutrients. So I just want to say that my diet, as seen as extreme because it's about 90% fruit, well, I hit every single one of my targets for my nutrients. So I'm eating a well-balanced diet, you know, and yet I'm only eating one of the 4 food groups. You know, so if the 4 food groups was really an indicator of a balanced diet, then I would be severely deficient. I'd be very sick. I'd probably look hideous. As you can see, I'm pretty healthy looking. You know, I'm 35. Most people think I'm about 24. So, you know, I know I'm eating a superbly healthy diet, and I absolutely disagree with the idea of 4 food groups. I disagree with probably most people's ideas of a well-balanced diet. And if you think you're eating a well-balanced diet and you're eating all these 4 food groups or following a food pyramid or whatever, I really challenge you to either get a hold of me or another good nutritionist who will actually run, you know, at least a 5-day food diary of yours through a professional nutrition analysis program and actually spit out some data on what you're eating, because it's very shocking. A recent client of mine had no vitamin A in their diet at all. That's just crazy. So I just wanted to clear that up, the myth of the 4 food groups and the well-balanced diet. If you want to be, if you want to sit there in the comfort zone of that, then go ahead, but that's what most of America and England are doing, and look how sick and obese we're getting. If you want to be extremely healthy, eat an extremely healthy diet. Yeah, hope that clears something up. If you want me to do any certain videos to clear up any nutritional myths or ideas, just either comment on this video or come to my professional Facebook page, which is the Facelift Food Coach. I'll see you there. Bye bye.